What's up, guys? It's Logan back with another exercise video for you today. What we're going to do is a little bit of a balance class to hopefully improve your balance, a little bit of your agility, and maybe some core strength, and just an overall great full body workout with some balance components. So you won't actually need any equipment for this specific one. So let's go ahead and we'll get right into it. So we're going to start with our marches in our seated position. And normally when I do these classes, I kind of like to stay in our seated position first, just to get everything nice and warmed up for us before we move up to our standing position. So go ahead and we'll start with those marches. Get those legs, get those hips a little warmed up, and then we're gonna start to add a arm into this. So we're gonna do opposite arm, opposite leg, trying to get that arm up as high as we comfortably can without pain, of course. That's kind of the name of the game here. We wanna go as high as possible, both directions, without pain. Good, let's do a few more. And rest. Beautiful. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do to warm up our hips a little more is our hip circles. So our hands are going to be on the side of our hips, and we're just going to make some nice big circles around our entire body here. So this one's really good because it warms up your lower back, it warms up your core, opens up your hips a little bit more, but it's also very gentle and subtle, and you can kind of adjust it as needed. You can go as big or as small on these circles as you'd like. Just go ahead and get a nice circle. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch directions now. So we're doing the same thing, just going the opposite direction, kind of warming up the different plane of motion there. Just getting everything all nice and warm for us. Good, all the way around, big circles, and rest. Perfect. All right, we're gonna warm up our shoulders a little bit. So go ahead and bring your hands up into our 90-90 position. And we're gonna come together and try to touch those elbows at the front. And then we're gonna come all the way back and pinch our shoulder blades. Good, so together, touch, come back and pinch. Good. So we're just going back and forth here. We're not really forcing any movement too far. We're really just trying to pinch those shoulder blades, get those back muscles engaged nice and easy, and touch. Good. All the way back, pinch and touch, pinch and touch. Beautiful. Go ahead and let those shoulders shake out a little bit. A couple more warm-up exercises. This next one's going to be doing knee to chest, and we're going to add a little bit of an ankle twist. So go ahead and grab either under your leg like this or from the top. I think this one's a little more comfortable for me. And then we're just going to get a nice ankle roll here, just again warming up our body in a nice low impact way. Do nothing too crazy so far, just getting our juices flowing, getting ready to move a little bit. We'll go ahead and switch to the other side, doing the same thing here. Big ankle circles all the way around, trying to bring that knee up as high as we comfortably can. Remember, that's the name of the game. High as we comfortably can without pain. And relax. Perfect. All right, last little warm-up we're going to do is another arm one. It's going to be our arm swings to the side. So we're going to reach up all the way, touch our hands, and then come all the way back and try to touch our hands behind our back. So we're reaching up, clap, back, and touch. Good. Going behind our back with those hands gives you a little extra push towards increasing that mobility and increasing that range of motion here. And remember, if you can't go all the way up without pain, no need to. Just go up as high as you comfortably can. And rest. Beautiful. All right, now that we're all warmed up, we're going to do a little bit of seated strengthening exercises first, and then we'll move to our standing balance. So the first one we're going to do is put both of our hands on the outside of our legs, and what we're going to do is push in as hard as we can actively for 5 seconds. So we're going to be pushing in, and we're going to try to be resisting that movement with our legs. Okay, so go ahead and bring your hands to the side like so. Ready, set, and go. Push, 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 push. So you should be pushing in on your legs as hard as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work, everyone. All right, so we're going to flip the movement and do the opposite muscle. So this time we're going to put our hands on the inner portion of our legs, and we're going to be pushing out with our hands and then resisting inside with our legs. So kind of that opposite movement, working those opposite muscles. Go ahead and get your hands in position, and we're gonna get ready in 3, 2, 1, go. So push, 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 push. Good, drive those hands out as hard as you can. Try to resist it, resist it, resist it. 4, 3, 2, and rest. Whew, good work, everyone. Got those juices flowing a little bit. We're gonna do one last exercise here. And what we're actually gonna do is scoot towards the edge of our chair, and we're gonna grab under our legs here with our hands. So I'm gonna interlock my wrists like this, essentially however you can get a good grip under your arms like this. And then what we're gonna do is sit up as tall and as hard as we can and try to really push, 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 push. So sit up, sit up, sit up. Good, you should feel this in your lower back. Get those muscles firing and rest. Whew, good work, everyone. So we got a little bit of strengthening done. We're gonna move up to our standing position. And I always do recommend with these exercise classes that you have a chair near you that you can hold on to in case you don't feel comfortable doing certain balance drills. So what we're gonna do for our first balance drill is just a normal balance hold. So this is what I like to do to warm up. We start with both of our feet about hip width apart. And then if this is easy for you and you feel like your balance is pretty good today, you can bring both feet all the way touching together. See how we feel in this position. Are you a little wobbly? Is this easy for you? If it is easy for you, we can go ahead and slowly inch together that foot. So then we're kind of in our tandem hold. Slightly staggered hold is also another way to think of it. And if that's easy for you, you can go all the way to heel and toe. This is going to be the hardest position out of all of them, of course. And just trying your best to hold that position, not wobbling around. This is a good time to kind of take note of how your balance feels for today and how you feel on your feet. Some days are going to be better than the others. Let's go ahead and we'll switch to the other side. So we'll go again with those progression steps. So we're starting with both feet hip width apart. If this is easy for you, you can bring them both together once again. And now if this, of course, is easy, both feet touching, you can stagger your feet again slightly, but again, remember we're moving to that opposite foot, so opposite direction where I got my feet in my tandem position or slightly staggered. And then you can go ultimately all the way to that big heel to toe position. So again, this is going to be the hardest one. If you can hold this without wobbling or holding on to anything, you're pretty much good to go and consider yourself pretty good with balance. All right, now that we got ourselves warmed up a little bit, we're gonna do a little bit more of a dynamic movement, and this is gonna be our balance catches. So we're gonna start with our right leg leading first, and how this one works is we're going to lean forward as far as we can. We're gonna feel that center of gravity shift forward, and right before we actually fall forward, we're gonna catch ourselves with our right leg. So we're leaning, catch. Lean and catch. And again, remember, we're using that right leg. You're trying to feel that center of gravity kind of shift forward, and ultimately this is kind of mimicking catching yourself from a fall. So I'll show you from the front here. Lean, catch. Lean, catch. Notice I'm actively leaning forward. That's going to get you the most bang for your buck. And you know, if you just put your foot forward, that's not really giving much of a balance aspect. Let's go ahead and we'll switch that opposite foot. So this time we're going to be leading with our left. So lean, catch, lean, catch. Good. I really like this one too because it allows you to work on your quick foot movements and your quick foot agility at the same time, which is super important in regards to improving your balance and getting the most out of your balance drills. Good. So remember, if this feels easy for you, you can increase the intensity of that fall. So you can kind of lean forward a little bit more than maybe you're comfortable doing. All right, so what we're going to do next is a far reach forward. And this one is good for balance, but it's specifically your balance when you're reaching far with your gait or your step. So how this one's gonna look is you're gonna take a big step forward with your right foot now, and then take a big step backwards with your left foot. So you should be aiming to go about maybe 2 times further of a stride than you're used to when you were doing your normal walk. So big step forward, big step backward. Good. From the front here, big step forward, big step backward. And this is a super important one to be practicing because as you get older and as you get less strength and balance, you may be tempted to not really walk with big steps. And in doing that, you really weaken your hip muscles and it really affects your balance as well. So practicing these big steps is really, really important. Let's go ahead and switch to the other foot. So I did my right foot lead first. This time I'm doing my left foot lead. So big step forward, big step backwards with that right foot. Both directions here. Again, remember, we're trying to make sure we're balanced in all the areas that we do, going all the way back and all the way forward. Perfect. Big reach, back, big step, and back. Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and rest on the dynamic balance and do a little bit of static balance. So we're just gonna be standing and still for this place. And what we're gonna do actually is have both of our feet together and we're gonna do some side leans. So what we're gonna do is lean one side all the way as far as we can, kind of feel most of that weight getting shifted into one foot, and then we're gonna toss our hand up and over actively and try to get a little more balance component. So staying in this position without tipping over is actually extremely difficult for your core muscles. It's extremely difficult for your balance. Again, have that chair near you in case you need this. We're gonna hold for 10 more seconds. Good, use your muscles here. Really feel the ground in your feet and relax. Perfect. So we're gonna repeat on the other side. Big reach over. Again, when you're doing this, your center of gravity is gonna change and a lot of that weight is gonna be in one of your single legs. So this time I'm leaning to my left side, my right arm's going over my body, and most of my weight is in my left foot. That's how it should feel. This is a good time to practice that single leg stability without going completely on your single leg. And rest. Whew, good work. That one's a little tricky, even for myself. So if you were able to pull that one off, excellent job. We're gonna move into a little bit of a march. So we did some marches when we were seated as a warm-up. This time we're gonna do it as a balance drill. So go ahead and start to march in place at a steady conservative pace. We don't wanna be going too quickly here. We're just gonna go at a nice and slow pace. When you're marching, for your balance, the slower you can go and the more controlled you are, the better. Because you think about it, you're putting more weight and time under tension under that one single leg. So go ahead and do this slowly, back and forth. And just like what we did earlier with our warm-up, we're gonna add our arm to this too. So we're gonna be going up, all the way back and forth, big reach, both directions. Good. So we're going slow here. Remember, slow. If you go fast like this, you're not getting too much of a balance workout. So we're going slow and steady here. Slow and steady works your balance. And good. Okay. The last thing we're going to do for our balance today is another variation of a march. It's actually a reverse hurdle. So you're going to imagine if you have a hurdle or a tiny fence right beside you or right in front of you, and then what you're going to do actually is try to reach up and over that hurdle. So you're going to switch with both directions, up and over the hurdle, reach back, up and over the hurdle, reach back. Good. And remember, this is completely relative. So your hurdle might only be a little bit off the ground. Good. Both directions. Or you might have a really big hurdle and you can really try to push yourself. Again, it doesn't really matter as long as you feel that center of gravity change and you feel like you're getting some good work in. That's what we're shooting here for. You know, you don't need to hurt yourself. You don't need to push yourself super, super hard. Go at your own level and at your own pace. Beautiful. All right, so we're finished with our balance today. We're actually going to move into a couple standing agility drills to finish off, and then we'll do some stretching to help cool down and finish up the workout. So great job so far, everyone. Let's finish this out strong. What I want you to do is imagine a dot right in front of you. You can actually have a dot or like a towel or something visual in front of you. I'm just gonna imagine I have a dot. And what we're gonna do is 30 quick taps, touching the dot and touching away from the dot. So we're going as fast as we can, 30 taps back and forth at your own pace. Ready, set, and go. Tap, 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 tap. So we're tapping. We're really trying to move our feet as quickly as possible. Notice I'm hanging on to something about this. That allows me to not focus on my balance so much and work on actually moving my foot quickly. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Almost there. Tapping that circle and rest. Good. We're gonna go ahead and switch to the other side now. So going to that left side, same thing with those quick taps, going for 30 as quickly as possible. If you need some more time, feel free to pause the video and finish out your taps. Otherwise, we're gonna get right into it. And 30 quick taps as fast as you can. Go, 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 go. Tap those feet, tap those feet. You're trying to move that foot as quickly as possible. I definitely recommend for these to hang on tight. Move those feet, quick, 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 quick. Keep going, almost there. And rest, perfect. For the last one, what we're gonna do is put both of those together, and we're gonna go back and forth, tapping one foot and tapping the other. So same thing, we're doing 30 quick taps as fast as possible, but we're alternating our feet. Let's get right into it. Ready, set, and go. Tap, 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 tap. Move those feet. Again, going for that imaginary dot. You're trying to be precise with this and quick. So as precise and as quick as possible for you. Keep moving. Go, 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 go. We're almost finished. Keep going and rest. Beautiful. So you just finished the workout. We're gonna do a little bit of stretching to finish off for today. What I always like doing in my balance classes is a nice calf stretch. So we're gonna move into our split stance. So one foot's in front of the other, like this. It'll look like this from the front, this from the side. So split stance, one foot in front of the other. That front knee is gonna be bent. Back leg is gonna be nice and straight with that heel planted into the ground. And then you're gonna push that front knee forward until you feel a nice pull and a stretch on that back calf here. This should be very subtle and manageable. Definitely hold on to something if you need to make sure you're not falling all over the place. We're just gonna breathe into this, get a few good breaths, and stretch out that calf here. Good, so 3, 2, 1, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and we'll switch to that other side. Again, moving into that split stance, so one foot's gonna be in front of the other. Front knee is gonna be bent, and we're gonna slowly push that front knee forward while keeping that back. Sorry, I have my water bottle, you can't see it very well. While having that back heel planted into the ground, so we're pushing that front leg forward as far as we can. And we're breathing and holding here. Breathing and holding, back heel in the ground, back leg straight, front knee bent, pushing forward, just breathing, feeling that good stretch. And relax, perfect. All right, last stretch we're gonna do here is our forward fold with an overhead reach. So we're gonna start by just allowing our body to rest and hang as heavy as possible in front of us. We're gonna keep our legs nice and straight, and we're just gonna allow our entire body weight to hang down towards the ground as heavy and as resting as we can. Allow those arms to be pulled down, and we're just gonna breathe and hang tight here. So we're reaching down, allowing gravity to do its work, taking a few deep breaths in this position, and then we're slowly sitting up, taking a big breath as we reach all the way to the sky, stretching those arms all the way up in the air, breathing big breaths through our belly here as we continue to reach as high as possible. And then we are finished for today. We are going to move back to our chair, and I just wanted to thank you all for joining me for this inclusive balance workout. Go ahead and share this with any of your friends who might be trying to improve their balance, or if you know a senior or an individual with a disability who just wants a low impact workout that's not going to make them feel like they're exerting a lot of energy, but they're still getting some good muscle work and balance work, of course. So make sure to share this video. We will see you in that next workout video, and I appreciate you watching. See ya. To tell me you're no good, I'm brushing away.